Good evening, and welcome to the Heikadelic Show. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome once again to the Heikadelic Show.
Hey, this is Spiffy Vengeance, and I'm reporting for the Heikadelic Show. In behind me, you can see the world's going on as we speak. It's amazing. It's a light show. It's over the Pickering Darlington nuke plant, but we're not sure what's going on. We think it's aliens, because if you watch, we've been watching this for almost an hour now, and the light show is incredible. What we thought was just a storm appears to be possibly alien invading the Durham region. This is Stiffy Vengeance, and I am going to try and stay awake and watch the show behind me, and hopefully I won't get probed. See you on the Heikadelic Show Monday night.
You better subscribe to Pine Tree Line Outdoors, and here's why. Have a look. Time, Aubrey Falls. Why are we here? What is this abomination behind us? Okay.
Hey, hey.
Hello.
Hey, welcome everybody, boys and girls, all you kiddies out there. This is another edition of the Heikadelic Show. Thanks for joining us. It's Monday night at 9:30 and we're about to get dirty.
Yeah.
How are you, boys?
Great. So
Great. Excellent.
I want to preface that. Sorry to I blow your script, George. I just look at my mic stand here. I've actually got a pretty good mic, because being a voice of an angel, I have to have one. But I had to duct tape it. So
I see that.
Because of my internet dropping off, I had to kind of rejig my location. So I had to rip apart my studio. But yeah, so here's what I've got. I've got a studio mic. Oh, there, you can hear me better. Hang on, let me adjust this. There we go.
Yeah.
That's better. Okay, so I've got a studio mic that I'm nose to nose with. And then I've got that duct tape on the back of for viewers that can see it, on the back of a whatchamacallit here.
Yeah, what is that?
It's actually a blue mic. It's a pretty good mic. Great mic. It's just with all this Mach I've got to hook up. I actually have a second laptop going with our new friends from Indie Rock Radio, and we'll be hearing more about that. But anyway, I had to say that because it's like looking pretty flimsy.
Yeah, you know what? It's not high tech if there's no duct tape.
That's right.
That's the way we roll.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, George.
Love it.
Before we get into anything, I need you to play a song for me. And you know what song that is, right?
It wouldn't be this one, would it? Hang on.
Well, it's not mine.
There you go. Ready mind.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Hey, George. Good choice of beer.
It is.
Look at that.
I've got Kilkenny.
Kenny.
What do you got, George? Oh, you guys got the same beer. What do you got?
That's right. That's what I said. Good choice.
Underwear matching too?
Well, we can't show you that on the air.
Don't get personal. I like him, but not that much.
Our videos, like from our man breast area up, so it's
Yeah.
I could
Well, it's like Phil said to me earlier. He said, you don't have to wear pants. So I'm not
Right.
wearing pants.
I might not be wearing pants right now,
I'll take your word for it.
but you'll never know unless I move my screen down.
No, that's fine.
Oh,
Well-
whoa.
What I am
Okay.
sporting though is my good friends from Fallen Legion, back in the day when you could actually perform at clubs. Great band, and my buddy Dylan over there. So every week I try and sport an indie band, and
Right.
and it just so happens
I'll be
that
back.
we're now linked up with Hike's having technical difficulties. So we're getting linked up with Indie Rock Radio, based out of the Montreal area, and they support a lot of indie rock, but they've got a lot of artists on there. I mean, what really impressed me about Bling over there was the fact that, I was trying to get Rob Halford on our show for an interview, and he ended up doing the interview, and he's like, yeah, well, called him up. My buddy Rob,
You
right?
should have
So,
sang
but
it in the voice of an angel. He might have done it then, rather than just ask him.
well, I think if I would have, sent Rob maybe a song or something.
How could he have resisted the voice of an angel?
See, that's what
Absolutely.
happens. Every time the voice of an angel happens, my headset shuts off. So I got to reset everything.
There you go. There you
Oh,
go. So, I kind of one up that, and there's going to be a link on our website. So if you go to the Heikadelic Show, we've so www.theheikedelicshow.com.
Yes.
You go to that, and you're going to find a lot of updates and stuff on there. So you can actually go to that site, hit a button, and it'll come right into the live stream.
Yes.
So that's pretty wicked. We've got a really cool promo up for sponsor memberships and stuff like that for businesses that want to partake. We've also got
We got some cool shirts you can buy and underwear and everything else.
right. Yeah. So we see the fan club's on. Hello.
Right.
Yeah. So the Heikadelic
Nice.
fan club is out there and up and running. We've got Bling from Indie Rock Radio coming on in a few minutes.
Yes.
So Hike, let's get back
That's-
to what happened this week. Anything?
Just working here, working there, just keeping busy. I can't think of anything crazy that happened, but I'm doing the film festival right now, actually.
Yeah. But it's
My
all
wife
essential.
and Alana and I do it every year. We go all the way out to Peterborough to the film festival, but because of COVID,
Yeah.
they got brilliant this year, and it's all online.
Right on.
Wow.
So you can stream your stuff right to your TV. We've been watching documentaries all week, and I'm telling you, there's some really powerful stuff out there.
So what's funny about that is I got a notice from World Vision a few months back. But anyway, they usually they'll select a certain amount of sponsors. Mike, are you passed out?
No, I'm just writing.
Okay. Good. We can see your scalp, head and shoulders. But anyway, they were having a big event, and usually they invite you down, and I think I don't know if they pay for the trip, but they select members and blah blah blah. So I sponsored 2 kids, but
Nice.
but anyway, they said, well, hey, we're going to do it on video. So but I ended up missing the video. I was going to actually go on it. They had celebrities and stuff like that. But
Oh wow.
world we live in. I mean, we should be household stars right now. I mean,
Well, you are. Look at Stephanie just posted the website that you're on, voiceofanangel.com.
Yeah, and then
Speaking of, go ahead.
So Jeff's tap is this thing on? Yeah, we're on. Can you hear us? Okay, Jeff. And Cliffy, hey Cliff.
Turn up the volume, Jeff.
So we're gonna get. Go ahead.
Speaking of Stephanie, one of our fans who's on already, I had a couple of comments throughout the week. Who's a Stephanie, man? She's a real active fan. She loves the show and she's on the whole time and blah 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 blah. So good on you, girl.
Yeah.
People are digging you.
Stephanie's she's pretty humorous, actually. She's that comes with a little bit of sarcasm in there, a little bit of humor, and
Yeah, a little bit of everything, man. It's awesome.
Oh yeah. No, that was a lot of fun last week. I got a lot of people asking about stuff and asking whether she'd be on again. I think I'm gonna make her co-host, or
There you go.
We'll vote on it.
Well, we can have that. We can have a guest fan come on, right?
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, for sure. That'd be great. We've
talked about that before.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth, yeah. Well, we've had Derek on, right?
Yep.
And he's Ringo's got a website, Derek says. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, voiceofanangel.com isn't my website, but I did start a Facebook page called The Voice of an Angel, and quickly I found out there were a number of them out there, but mine will be unique because it'll include me.
Yeah, of course it will. So George, anything new with any of you guys?
Me? No, it's looking at my little views counting, but it's 45 weeks ago last Friday since my last gig. So
wow.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like, week 45 it was pretty similar to week 44 and week 43. And week 42, they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm pretty cabin crazy myself. So What about you, Hike? What do you like? So you've been you've been doing virtual
virtual film festival,
entertaining yourself virtually. I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
I used to do that with porn, but I don't really do that anymore.
No, you not do that no more?
No, I don't. I had to stop it. It was, see, what happened was, unfortunately, it happened before COVID. And then when COVID happened, I just remained not working. So it just, everything amped up, and then it was kind of affecting me. It's like, I can't get a job right now. I mean, how cool is it? I can sit at home and watch porn all day. No, not the
Well,
truth.
let me, I'm going to throw a quick plug out there for the festival. If you go online, it's Reframe, Reframe, like frame, reframefilmfestival.com. And it's based in Peterborough. And you go on their website and you can purchase a ticket and you can watch so many documentaries. It's on till Friday night at midnight. And it's only for people in Ontario. But I'm telling you, they got some really powerful films here, and they're all different genres.
Yep.
There's like self-help stuff. There's art. There's music. There's conspiracy theory, big corporation stuff. The story of plastic, and there's even a lot of local things about the Aboriginal people. And I just saw one actually before the show. It was about the Indians and the cottagers in Pigeon Lake.
Oh, nice.
Because they're still, the Indians are still growing rice in Pigeon Lake. And, there's a little bit of a battle going on because the rice is spreading, and the guy has sort of done some not very nice things by throwing rice seeds close to where people's cottages are, because there's a little thing going on. But it's a battle that's not solved yet. Maybe something will happen in the future, but it's all the stuff that goes on around you that nobody even knows about. None of this stuff's on the news. And I think a lot of it should be available to the public on mainstream TV or on the internet, because some of it's a real freaking eye opener.
Cool. All right, we're gonna bring Bling in. He's the founder of
Mr. Bling,
Indie Rock Radio. But before that, a word from our sponsor. I really got to get my truck in there. I really do.
Hey, Mr. Bling.
Hey, Bling.
How are you?
He
looks like he's half asleep. Wake up, buddy. Yeah.
Who, me?
Well, that's not my pump.
Hey, what if
you
I
were
was in
sitting
my
there-
underwear, man? What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like you were watching a boring cartoon or something. It was terrible.
I was check. I
Yeah.
got. You know what? I got inspired by Johnny,
You want-
and I was checking out some porn while I was waiting.
Nice.
And also,
least you're on.
he does have a lot of competition in the Voice of an Angel online. But I believe that you possibly will be the unique one, Johnny.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Voice of an angel, right?
we all believe in you. We really do. Even people in the Walmart parking lot believe in you.
Oh,
in your new up and coming bus stop tour.
yeah.
Oh,
I'll do the COVID Walmart.
The COVID Walmart bus stop tour. There we go.
yeah. Okay, folks, we'll be live next week and from the Walmart parking lot where Johnny Ringo, the voice of an angel, will stand on a shopping cart and sing us songs.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Songs of inspiration.
So, Bling, tell us about how your station started, and you've got a long history in, radio, obviously, and tell us a little bit about that. It's an interesting ride.
Oh my God, how'd that work?
Okay, Cole's Notes version, though, right?
Here we go. It's just like now I feel like Burton Cummings talking about the past. Okay.
Well, you got to make a long story short.
Yeah,
Okay,
We only
well,
have an hour and a half.
Okay. Anyways, 30 years ago, a friend of mine said, well, you should get in the radio because, you have a good voice. And I'm like, oh, all right, what are you talking about? I never thought of that. But I've always had a passion and love for music, and I tried many times to become a musician, which is very hard to do. And I have so much love for people who do create music and so on. That's where the passion began. I started off at a small radio station in Montreal called Radio Centreville. CINQ. It was a community radio station, had only a half an hour, and that's where the show started, indie scene, where we brought on different artists, and it was like independent music artists, local bands. We were giving them a voice and so on. Because of course, mainstream, as I found out when I worked in it, after I worked for a couple of local stations in Montreal, one of our top classic rock stations that's been around for 50 years. I was working with them for a while, and realized that a lot of bands were getting passed up because, of course, the whole, unless you're signed by a label thing, or unless there's something you meant for us, good luck getting about maybe 20 seconds of your music. I love that when radio stations play only like 20 seconds of a track and say, I'm supporting indies.
Yeah, of course.
Not really. So, anyways, what happened was I worked in mainstream for a while. When I came out, I was approached by a local online station in Ganawage, local Indian reserve here in Montreal. And these guys were a bunch of bad boys. And I was pretty much said, well, look, we want you to come in, do an indie show. And we want you to know that we give you carte blanche. Do whatever you want to create with the show. And as for F-bombs, be very strategic. It's the internet. You're allowed, do what you got to do, but be strategic about it. Well, that turned into almost like a Howard Stern type of show as we went by. I kept that thing going for about 5 or 6 years. And then when that station kind of went through, we had shut down for a bit. We were supposed to restart up. And during that time, we found out that it wasn't going to restart. The guys decided to go work on the towers over in Ontario there, the big 5G towers they're putting in. And so they're doing like 400, 500 feet up in the air working on these towers. I still don't know how they do it. It's crazy. But went to another online station called CJIM, which, by the way, the owner of that passed away last year, 35 years old, had a massive heart attack at his home and passed away. 35
years old?
Holy shit.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, he was a Graham McDonald was his name. He was a really good guy. One of the reasons why I love going with him is because he had the same love and same passion for the music industry as I did, and he supported indies a hell of a lot. And in fact, one of the shows that we host over here has on Saturday nights, Jimmy Spencer was one of his shows that he had over there, and decided to continue on with us after. But long story short here, was in the music industry for a very long time. So of course I hit the ground and was became part of the culture, the scene. So, pretty much getting interviews and stuff became a lot easier as you go. It's 30 years ago I started this whole thing. And at one point I just really got fed up because, the changing of the guard in the music industry, you'll find that, even though you pay your dues nowadays with the way of millennial thinking, you get a lot of new people. It's the changing of the guard, and you get these new people in the music industry, and they don't give a damn what type of credentials you got or not, and you're still going to be interviewing the bassist or the keyboardist, the unknown guy. You're not getting the most popular one in the band, that you want. And that happened a little too many times. There was too much work involved too, where I felt I was holding hands of the indie artists for too many times or whatever, and it was just taking so much of my time up, and I'm going, is it really worth it? So I stopped radio altogether for about 6 years, and then got the bug to get back into it recently, and I was going to work with another station, and I even got to the point where I was going to go work at this light rock station, and yeah, and when you got into that point, that's like getting the AM radio, so so from that point, I pretty much said, well, what the heck? What will it take to put together a station? So, of course, you got to come up with a concept, an idea, name, and all that. I mean, all the others, the way, all the experience I've had over the years or whatever combined together, like putting all that stuff together, I thought, it could be a cinch or whatever. And, getting the interviews, doing things and creating. But the one main thing when I sat down, as I said, a lot of the mainstream radio that we listen to now has got a lot of, how shall we say, homogenized bullshit.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is that they were playing a lot of music that is so predictable. AC/DC.
Yeah.
If I say mainstream radio is going to play AC/DC, which track is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Highway to Hell, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I'll play something really old, and I'll play like She Got the Jack, or he's got big balls, she's got big balls.
We all got big balls.
Wait a minute. While we're on the topic of balls,
yeah.
So we were talking. We were talking about the other day. A topic came up about somebody being really annoyed. Somebody that knows somebody, a friend of a friend, that had was circumcised, right? But is trying to sue his parents, I guess. But it is what, or it was what it was at the time. But like, I really don't get it, right? Because it's one of those things that society just did, and I can't really tell the difference. Why and then the topic of balls, right? I mean, some people have balls.
That is a big topic, isn't it?
Anyway, you sidetracked me, but I'd like to say here is that Kathy and
I'm talking about radio, and he somehow
we have.
I know it was all about radio. Now we're talking about balls. This is the way our show rolls like this. It happens.
We have no format, but Kathy and Stephanie were about your bling. Don't mean a thing if you got the bling. So how did the name come up?
Okay. Anyways, just to finish off, station started basically to be something different and what people want to hear. It's always been my formula. As you know, George, we were talking earlier that George does like DJing and stuff like that. I had the same formula, and the reason what made me successful with the DJ company was that I would play music that people wanted to hear, not what I thought they should hear. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's our secret to our success here at the station. Now, as for the bling thing, ladies, if you want, I'll show a nipple. No. Basically, it's a real funny story. I was working for a top 40 radio station, and for some reason over there, they thought that it was important that I had a DJ name. So because I had worked hard and created like a lot of help in the imaging of the station itself, through many different events and stuff that we had. I worked in promotions a lot with them too, and everything, and was the assistant promotions director. They named me DJ Bling. Now,
wow,
I don't wear bling. I don't wear bling. So pretty much, this is the bling, ladies. This is it. You know, getting to know me and knowing my personality and the show and all that. You will pretty much capture my bling. So that's what the bling is. And for some reason, I'm not crazy about the name because, you know, I'm 54 years old being called bling and solo. But the problem is I've worked for the past 30 years in radio and nobody knows who the fuck Phil Sear is. They only know who bling is.
Of course.
So if I call up like John Bon Jovi tomorrow and say, hey, are you interested in doing an interview? Who is this? And it's like Phil Sear. Oh, I have no clue. It's bling. Oh, I've heard of you. You know? So boom. That's the difference.
I got to make, I mean, Ringo, voice of an angel, right?
But
nobody cares about Stuart Horsley anymore, you know. So what's with the shades, Heiko?
Aren't they cool?
It's the magic.
I've been up late watching movies. They're hiding my tired eyes.
Looks like Kathy's getting tired of people referring to me or a voice of an angel. Kill me now.
Oh, yeah? No. Listen, Kat, you must understand. It's something that's going to stick with him forever. Like the name Bling sticks with me. He's always going to be known as the voice of an angel. We've all decided together before the show here that we're just going to have to live with it and support him in any way that we possibly can. So, Kat, please help us support the voice of an angel by simply donating at facebook.com/voice of an angel.
Yes.
Yes.
And I've had to stick with Hike Meister all my life pretty much too. And I go, okay, it sounds good. I'll go with it.
That's it. And George,
I have it engraved on my underwear in crayon.
George. And crayon. Oh,
in crayon.
Subject.
Bright orange crayon.
Let's get deep. Now, you guys are old enough to remember when we used to go to summer camp and they used to, like, Mother used to iron those little tiny labels with your name on the underwears.
Yeah.
Oh, those were the day.
Isn't that great? I do it now.
Yeah. You know what I used to love doing?
What's that?
Changing the labels. You know, you get that fat kid at camp and you switch him with some little skinny kid's underwear and he's there trying to put them on.
You were the guy that did that. Oh.
Yeah, it was a sick bastard.
I didn't wear it, so I mean it didn't matter, right? So
no.
I never got caught in the trap.
Yeah. So it was funny. It was funny, but people said, "Well, why do you do radio?" That's another question I've had in the past, and I said basically to explain that you have to describe the difference between ADD and ADHD. ADD is a learning disorder, whereas ADHD is people who do radio.
Yeah.
Right.
Or simple in a nutshell, people who do radio have a face for radio.
Yeah.
Right.
And as you can see, I'm probably the only DJ who has bling and doesn't have that problem.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I do. I don't know. Kathy, what do you think? Oh, that's a nice answer she gave us for the thing. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Direct.
Yeah. Now she's your biggest fan, Ringo.
Yeah.
Ooh,
okay, and to that,
our biggest
here, I think it's time for a toast.
Okay.
Hit it. Grab your drink.
Nice.
The show
Hey, George.
George.
Again.
One more time.
Again.
Okay.
I caught him. He wasn't ready.
George is always ready. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, I love it.
So, George, why don't you hit us with the trivia?
All right.
We'll get started with some of that.
Do you want the the album cover, the backside.
Yeah, the backside. Not your backside, the album cover backside.
Backside of mine.
By the way, before you
Album.
start that, I wanted to talk about this previous show that you did, and you remember you pulled up the Led Zeppelin album cover,
Yes.
Led Zeppelin 2,
Yeah.
and I had poked that one out. I just wanted to say thank you. But the other thing I found out too was that album, believe it or not, knocked the Beatles. Abbey Road, the album Abbey Road, that year when that album came out, it literally knocked
Probably would do, yeah.
the Beatles off the charts.
Yeah.
That's what I found out recently.
Yeah, it came out
Imagine.
in 69. Yeah.
Led Zeppelin 2 knocked the Beatles off their album Abbey Road,
Nice.
the infamous. Okay, go ahead, George. Do it, man.
All right. The I put a clip on this on my Facebook page. Sometimes, Ringo, you put it on the Heikadelic website, don't you? The clips.
Yes.
So if
Yeah.
you check it out, it's actually from the year of 1969. Hang on, put the
Yeah, you got your screens on it.
It's got a bunch
Oh,
of.
is that a dove?
Are they seagulls? Are they shithawks or
No,
It's
they're
a
doves.
very shiny album.
pelicans? Storks.
It's very shiny.
Oh, they're
It's a dove.
okay.
there you go.
Stuff.
Hmm.
It's a bloody.
Wow.
And there's all the titles.
Yeah,
Can you
can't read those.
Okay, well, you have to bring that in closer. If I can get at least one song.
Well, now your hand's in the way.
Sorry about that.
Right on.
What's
Well, if anybody
that?
has any idea
on
what
the
album that is, fire away.
Who is it? Who's the artist? Who is it?
What's that on the credits? Is that? Thank you very much to George. Are you self-promoting, man?
Yeah.
Chat is about 2 to 3 minutes behind.
No, it just.
put it
No.
came out in 1969. It's a double
Okay.
album. It came out in 1969. Iconic.
And just to let you know about the chats are going on all the time. They are live,
Yeah.
but there's someone in control of the chats, and they put them up when they think they're put up. It's a good time. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah, I'm way behind them because we're getting.
It's not like live chatting. It's like we'll throw your message up there, and it's funny because sometimes it's 5 minutes later, and we have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I feel very safe with this. I guess this is a preventative that Hike doesn't get any of these people writing on there. Hey, where's my alimony check?
So Derek's the Who.
Derek got it right. The Who.
Who?
Who?
All right.
Oh yeah. Which album is that?
Tommy.
You got album and artist.
Is that a pie on the front?
I knew the front part, but I didn't know the back.
Yeah. It's actually a triptych cover. It's like three. It's like opens up once, and then it opens up again.
Oh,
Nice.
so
Derek
it's
is
a bunch of birds flying over a pie.
Yeah, it's all very artsy fartsy.
Ah,
So Stephanie says what? The where? So it was
Okay.
the Who.
The Who?
Tommy.
the Who.
Who is it?
Who?
Who is it?
Exactly.
I don't know.
So like,
I was already confused enough with the Who, but when they came out with the Guess Who, it really fucked me up. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Got more,
Guess who?
Yeah.
Who?
So
I don't know who.
Actually.
Yeah.
right. So my cousin Bubba has a dog, and he named him Ask him. Ask him.
Ask him.
His name. So what's your dog's name? Ask him. And this went on for like 10 minutes, and I really your dog, and he does that kind of stuff, right? But
Your dog could talk.
pretty much.
Yep.
And who calls
by
it
the way-
Tommy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, George, just to let you know, funny moment happened in radio one time. As you know, I'm in Montreal and Quebec, and we speak 2 languages here. We speak French and English, and so on. So it's on air one night, and guy calls in and he wants to request Bubba O'Reilly from the Who. So
Okay.
he's like, "Hey, "Hey man, can you play that song, The Teenage Wasteland?" And I was like, Bubba O'Reilly. He goes, "No, the song, Teenage Wasteland." No, Bubba O'Reilly. He goes, "No, the song, Teenage Wasteland." That's like, the song's called Bubba O'Reilly. Oh, okay, you play the song.
Mondial Teenage Wasteland.
But
Not Teenage Wasteland. Teenage Wasteland.
Wasteland.
There's been a lot of good comedy bits made like that.
I can do
Yeah.
it.
Teenage Waste Ham. We should do that. We should we should send that to who's the guy who redoes all those songs or whatever, the accordion king himself.
Crazy Al.
Yeah, Weird Al Yankovic. But now, doing the Who or whatever, Teenage Waste Ham.
Yes.
I think it'd be better.
Waste Ham.
Teenage Waistband. I think that sounds
they're
creepy. The guy singing at 8 years old, right?
Yeah, the teenage waistbands are all broken. That's why their pants are around their ankles.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
There you go.
You know what? That drives me up a wall because, well, for a bunch of reasons, but I won't get into all of them. But one of them, how can you feel comfortable with your pants hanging down? I wear suspenders a lot because I don't like plumber's ass. Not that I'm, not a slight to my plumber buddies out there like Lou. Where's Lou? Anyway, but yeah, it would drive me insane.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
what the best part is crime prevention has been a lot better since then. You ever see these little fuckers run when they got their pants on their knees? They can't. No, jumping fences and shit like we used to when we were young. It ain't happening.
Yeah, and you're not stealing out of liquor stores anymore because they got to pull their pants up and they can't hold the liquor. Yeah. Right? So
no, that's it. And another thing about that is you really want to scare the shit out of these young guys. You got to tell them the truth of where it came from. It was invented in prison.
Yeah,
no joke.
Everybody knows
that a guy came out, lowered their pants, let people know they were available, or their ass was really sore. So,
but I mentioned that on the show about a year or so ago. That was funny. Yeah, because it drives me nuts too. So I looked it up, and sure shit, it was invented in prison.
Yeah, I forget the name of it. Yeah, it's funny. So you tell a few of these young kids when they don't get it, it's like
that means I'm available. So when you're in prison, you have your pants like that, you're getting some.
Yeah, so, you are.
I know.
You know what I want to do? If I ever end up in prison, I got a plan. You know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to literally shit my fucking pants. And when it gets to that point where it's like dry, hard rock and everything, right?
Yeah, it looks like a Toblerone bar.
Yeah, you got it, right? I'm going to walk around and I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
They're going to think I'm fucking crazy. And at the same time, my ass is safe. I'm good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you know what? I guess the whole part of that story that I'm trying to understand and wrap my head around is like, how do you know how it feels when it gets dry?
It stops burning. I don't know.
But
if you've been through the ass scratches I've been through as a child, because you're not being honest with yourself. This has happened to many kids at many moments. When you're outdoors and you're playing with your friends and stuff, and mom's going, "You got to go to the bathroom. Come inside. You haven't gone in one." And you're like, "No, it's okay." And you hold it long enough that the point comes to a little fucking turtle head ticks out, but you still don't give a damn, right? And you're out there for hours still until the fucking sun's going down. And by then, your shit has turned to rock hard and scratching your ass. That is the honest. Nobody's ever really.
I can say that my mom, who might be watching the show, was, I really never had that problem because I would go in and then I didn't do it. But I can say that having a voice of an angel seems to.
Oh my God!
Overshadow
or anything like that. It smells like roses, in fact, right?
Yeah.
But
hey, do you know what we call that up here?
Roses smell like poo-poo, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I live up in the country. You know what we call it up here when your shit kind of peeks out and goes back in?
Turtle head.
It's called prairie dogging.
Prairie dogging.
Yeah.
I got to come to Ontario. I'll learn so much.
So Kathy says they don't wear flip-flops when you try to steal booze. You won't get too far trying to run from security. And if you're trying to pull up your pants, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, for sure.
I have the best. Yeah.
And
I got a great little picture, and it just shows this big tall guy with his pants like that down by his fucking knees hanging there. And it's this little tiny kid standing beside him looking up at him say, you know what? I learned how to pull my pants up when I was 5.
right.
I don't know if you guys saw what I posted on Facebook recently or whatever, and it says, no, your music really does suck, and pull up your pants.
Yeah.
That was a post I put up recently. It's the truth. That's all I got to say. But you know who really made it funny on that one was who's the guy who does the redneck jokes or whatever. You know, you're a redneck. And Jeff Foxworthy.
Yes.
He came on one time. He says, "You know what I got to say about these youngsters and they're pulling, their pants hanging down and all that stuff? It's like if your mama drives you to school in her RV or in her 4x4." You ain't no gangster. Pull up your fucking pants.
Yeah.
Which is
No kidding.
True. They're all badass and they go to school. Driving them to school, So it can't be that cool.
You remember that show called Cops? Still remember one night the cops were both in the car and they were following this guy. It was at night. He just robbed the store. And both of the cops are laughing so hard. The guy could barely drive the police car. They're busting their guts. And then the cameraman shines the camera down the road. Yeah. And I'm not going to go into any race or whatever, but there's a guy running down the road at night, and he has those fucking sneakers on that blink.
No. No way.
Yeah. So he's flashing. His feet are flashing. He's running on the road trying to get away from the cops at night. Oh my God, priceless.
What was it? Another episode of Cops. There was a Jamaican guy they busted, right?
Yeah.
And he's sitting on the side of the road, and he pulls out a fucking joint and just starts smoking it in front of him. He goes, "Do you know that's illegal, right?" He goes, "It's my religion, man. It's my religion." Right? Yeah, they've had some moments on that show, that's for sure.
There's special people out there.
So, Bling, tell us about if our viewers.
How long more we have on Earth? I have no idea.
Hold on. What? Yeah. Like, how do they tune into the site? They go to indierock.radio.ca, and how do they deal with the
very simple. I mean, the first year, look, we've been together. What I forgot to say is that we started in 2019, November of 2019, and we're just a little bit over a year of the station's existence. But what I found the first year when I designed the website, I don't know. I guess people don't read enough, or it's just too complicated. You got to make it as simple as possible. So the whole website's been redone recently, and I'm still fixing it up a little bit. And the easiest thing you need to know is that you scroll down, there's a good-looking chickie, and then right below her, there's a little black media player box. You just press play on there, and that's it. You just go to www.indierockradio.ca. Or you can go to Facebook at /indierockradio.ca. And you go on there, and on the top of the Facebook page, there's one that says use app. Over there, we'll bring you to another link to the station player right there directly if it gets too complicated. But yeah, it's as simple as that. It's as easy as clicking on the Heikadelic show.
And I want to say that from the Heikadelic show, I want to say hello to all your fans.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And you said Philippines were listening in, and where was it?
New Zealand, Australia, UK, even in Paris. And let's all say hello to that little guy in Mauritius who listens. We have one listener in Mauritius.
One listener.
One listener. One listener in Mauritius. I get such a
howdy, pal.
Or George, do you want to Mauritius language or
what's that?
No, we don't.
Mauritius, no.
Is that like from Birmingham?
Oh, you were the smart one of the group. That's why you never say much.
That's right.
You only say intelligent things, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if George has about 9 more beers, he can talk in any language.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah?
That's
That's
true.
true.
Yeah.
He's like a babblefish.
No.
Yeah.
George is
Yeah.
very.
George, you know what I'm talking about, right? See, do you know what a babblefish is, Ringo?
Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, I know what babblefish is, but but
Hike, do you know what a babblefish is?
It's once you start drinking, the mouth just doesn't stop. Right?
You ever heard of the 7-book series called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy
Yes.
Yeah.
and the movie? The babblefish is a little tiny fish that goes inside your ear and it's able to translate over thousands of alien languages.
Ah,
So
Wow.
that's what the fish, right, George? See, George knew the
that's
answer.
something.
No,
That's something I didn't know.
it rang a bell, but I don't actually know the
Yeah.
answer. I've heard that before. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that was.
Someone
Actually-
just posted a question. Just so the answer, yes, we're 24/7 and play you the best of classic rock and indie rock. There's about 7 other shows. I think the Hike Boys here are about the 8th show that's come in, and there's a variety of many different things you can check out on there. I'm on twice a week from 9 p.m. until the wee hours of the morning on Saturday nights, and Sunday nights I host Indie Scene, which is show that represents all indie music, and anything that's new that comes into the station, new music gets played on Sunday nights on that show. So
yeah, it's a great show.
Excellent.
I've listened to it.
Mm-hmm.
Any last words, Ling? Let's talk about your merch, right? You've got.
oh yeah. Well, basically, due to the fact that this is a brand new show tonight, yay! Come on, everybody!
Yeah.
Yes, I decided I'm gonna go put that up now. But if there's any issues, you can reach me at admin@indierockradio.ca, and we can do probably just an e-transfer instead. But on the site, I'm going to put up a special for the Hike Boys because there's Heikadelic show. We have T-shirts and stuff with the station logo and everything on it. So celebrating the release of the show and everything, I've decided this T-shirts are normally about $30 a shirt on there, and I've decided to lower the price down to $25 for anybody who's a fan of the Heikadelic show. Anybody from the Hike Club, you can pick yourself up a shirt over there. And if there's any issues, like I said, just send me an email at admin@indierockradio.ca.
I'm a fan. I think I'm going to get a shirt. How's that?
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm a real. I'm gonna get one.
Hey, I got a piece of trivia I just found out, and I bet you guys have never heard about this either. It kind of got me by surprise.
Okay.
You know how when they do all the late night talk shows, what was the most famous late night talk show of all that North America went nuts for? Was the Johnny Carson show, right?
Yeah.
Johnny Carson show was on. Everybody watched that for years and years.
That's been on for years. Like I recently, as you know, like TV wise or whatever, a lot of people are giving up cable now. I myself, I have what do they call it, Roku, and also and another one called Tubi or whatever. And I've been going on there. And what's really cool is I've been catching these old shows. I'm really gonna make myself sound old now, so old that when I fart, Russ will come out.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think.
They got the Carol Burnett show. They have the Jerry Lewis show in there. They had all kinds of these like old classic Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah.
One of the funniest things I ever heard was on the Beverly Hillbilly show. You know those moments where Uncle Jed used to question the knowledge level of like Jethro? This was the best one ever. He goes, hey, Uncle Jed, what's up? I hear you want to talk to me. He goes, boy, I've been hearing you've been chopping down trees in Mrs. Drysdale's lawn, right?
Yeah.
And, no, Uncle Jed, don't worry about that. What do you mean? He goes, I got it all under control. This 4th grade education up here. I gnawed the tree stumps to make it look like a beaver did it.
Wow.
It is. It's come on. That's not funny. Right? No.
Anyways, you just said something interesting about going online and watching all these old shows.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you can go watch an old show of The Tonight Show. with Johnny Carson.
It did not.
You know why?
Yeah,
I found out what they did is they had a reel and they recorded every show, but they left that reel in the machine and they recorded over every night.
No.
There are only 2 recorded episodes of the Tonight Show that we still have in our database.
The only thing you can find on probably snippets of the Tonight Show and some of the greatest comedic moments or whatever was who was the guy was known, like if this guy didn't insult you or whatever, you were pretty much a nobody. I was good friends with Frank Sinatra. What's his name? He died a couple of years ago. Don Rickles. Don Rickles. Okay. Rickles. And there's moments you go on YouTube, Rickles. You go on YouTube, and there's some moments on Johnny Carson's show where he just he's out there, just nuts. Yeah. And one of my favorite jokes of him, he's talking about Sinatra. He goes over to Sinatra at some bar or something in Las Vegas. And he says, "Listen, I'm here with this lady tonight or whatever, and I really want to impress her. So can you do me a favor and come by the table and like just say hi or whatever to or just." Do this thing. So Sinatra, being the good guy he was to him, he comes walking over to the table and he says, "Hi, how are you?" And he says, "Can't you see I'm fucking eating?"
Yeah, not now, Frank.
Yes, but that was him. That was Wrinkles,
Yeah. I tell you, one of the my favorite comedians when I came over to Canada, I mean, he's because I saw American TV in '87, was Gary Shandling. I thought he was, and he had his own show.
Yeah, I remember him.
Brilliant. Where he actually looked at the camera and would stop the credits. It was brilliant, innovative, fantastic.
Yeah, he was very close friends with Tom Petty. Are you?
I need you, George.
Okay.
It's drinking time. Chug lug glug.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
So, Bling, on your end, we sound okay?
Oh no, I sound excellent, and that's another thing we work hard at is making sure that people sound good. And me and Ringo have been spending many nights doing sound checks.
Yes, you have.
And I hope everybody's hearing the show well. Don't be shy to tune in from the station or whatever. If you're away and you're not able, or if your internet's low because signal's low or whatever, and you still want to hear the show, you can always just tune into the station, and it's a lot less.
Yep.
Pushing than video or whatever, and it's probably going to sound weirder. You at least got to listen once on the station to the show, just in audio, and see if it's still as weird as it is when you're you're watching it, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
That's it. It probably sounds even funnier, right?
Well, it's a good point because we're it's sort of when we're talking, it's kind of segmented, and we're kind of trying to fill a lot of air, I guess, but it does sometimes sound funnier when we listen to it after. It sounds a little more cohesive. But it's honestly tough because everybody has a podcast now. Everybody has a talk show. I feel bad for the ones who do it solo. I mean, when you do your stuff, it's solo, but you got your music thing in the background and all of that. But it's I
got that Asian guy who's going to call me one day. That's what I'm hoping on.
Yeah,
that's good. Once that happens, my numbers are going up for sure.
For sure.
No. Listen, I don't care if I'm talking to an empty room of nothing. Okay. I really, every show that I go out and do this, I put it out there. I put out my heart. I put out my love for music, my passion. And like I was telling you, I don't play music that I think people should hear. I play what people want to hear. When I'm playing Deep Purple, I'm playing Child in Time. You're going to hear. Just the other night, I was telling the boys I was playing Frank Zappa's Dynamo Hum. Nobody fucking plays that anymore. And that was one cool song, remember? Dynamo watched from the edge of her bed with her lips just twitching and her face gone red. Oh, what a description,
Hey, have you ever heard of a song called Billy Was a Mountain?
Yes, I have.
There's one.
There is. Billy was a mountain.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
This is great, though, Bling. This is awesome. Joining forces, getting together with you guys.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a great future together. This is really something special.
No. I truly appreciate you. I think, you know what? I've been watching you guys for over a year. The COVID thing happened or whatever. I know you guys really tried to get down to Blankfest, which is an event we hold every year, and we won't be holding this year.
Yeah,
due to COVID
I
and
know.
Stuff. But what we do is we raise blankets and coats for the homeless each year with the station. And the boys from the Heikadelic show weren't even with me, and we're insisting that they wanted to be a part of it. And I appreciate that big time. And I've been asking them for a long time for them to get on the station over here. And this is a new expansion we're looking at for you guys. And I hope we can justify what you guys have created here, and I'm really happy to have you guys aboard. You know, congratulations. Yep. And as I told you in the past, I'll support you any way possible, anything you need. And you know, you're part of our family now, and I love it.
And maybe there's something we can get together if we brainstorm a little bit, and we can do some charity events somehow. You know, even though the COVID shit's going on, I'm sure we can come up with something.
COVID shit ends. Everybody, this is notice. We're putting you on notice right now. Hike Show, Indie Rock Radio, we're getting together and we're putting on one big ass fucking concert that's going to blow your mind. That's for sure.
And at that concert, you might hear the voice of an angel. Huh?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You know, if only we can book that guy, the voice of an angel, it will only make it so much more. Oh, I'm sorry. I promised I wouldn't cry.
So, Blaine, what we might do is, speaking of voice of an angel, our band still hasn't released our stuff, and but we're playing it all over your station right now. But
because he figured out how to dump the music into the station,
exactly, like it's all,
yeah, there we go.
We're probably got like 5 or 6 tracks playing there, making sure that they're like every second or third song, right?
Yeah, no, it's actually every song is MCM, so there's no other. No, I wouldn't do that myself, right?
No, I know you wouldn't.
But when we do our release
song, yes, but you know, not every song.
We want to do it on here, and I've been just, you know, it's difficult with COVID to get the rest of the band to commit to a common date. So I might just grab 1 or 2 of them, and we'll just get it done. But you get to fun, and you, I mean, you're great at interviewing guests. I mean, if you can interview Rob Halford, I mean, that is amazing. I'm sure you can handle me, right? So,
do you know how to play guitar, Johnny?
I have 34 guitars or something.
Yeah, but can you play?
Can you have a guitar there now? Because Kathy is asking us, hey, Voice of an Angel still hasn't played a little song for us fans. So,
well, I scared other when I pulled out a guitar one time. So we're running a light load, so I don't want to scare George away or anything. So
yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, no, you know what? We'll definitely do some things like that, but it's
things that become.
We can't put 2 people in the same room right now. Like I can't get my band together, and obviously doing something streaming from different panels, there's so much latency, it's just not worth it. But you know, to get somebody on an acoustic, or if I brought one in, we could probably work something out. But right now, I'm believe it or not, it looks like I'm on a beach. Living the rock star life, but it is the screen.
And, you mean you're not?
Okay, I have a question for you.
No, I'm very.
Aren't
you upset? Aren't you upset with this? The whole time he's been fooling us, man.
No, I have a question. If you're actually really truly on a beach, where'd you get the freaking duct tape?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
People wear underwear, right?
At least George is honest about it, man. He's just trying to get people who have epileptic seizures all hot and bothered right now. Okay? And he's not going to deny it. He knows what he's got going on behind him there. But you,
what, you're going to put my hand
more for me, Ringo.
But so you can't. It's getting the space to do some things, right? Like literally, wall is 1 foot behind me, so. And I live on a big parcel of land, and right now the internet,
right by the ocean.
Yeah.
If the internet was good there, oh my God, the shit you could do in your backyard would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Promoter came over and asked about renting it, and I said no.
Those clouds.
How much land do you have?
For over an hour now. It's pretty good.
Can I come over there and like skidoo or dirt bike race in your land or what?
No snow, but I hear there's snow up at Derek's place, right, Derek?
There's snow at my place. I was out on the snowmobile just a little while ago.
Where are you?
Beaverton,
Okay,
yeah.
is that close to Sudbury or?
Lake Simcoe. It's It's
close.
I know Sudbury. My sister's in Sudbury, and she told me there's a ton of freaking.
yeah, she's way up north.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd be like 4 hours from Sudbury. So.
Mhm. It's great music. What's she mean? Has she heard
What
the voice
music?
of an angel? Has
Oh,
she
yeah.
heard the voice of an angel before?
I don't know.
Uh,
Yeah, a couple of shows, sure.
I think Kathy's
Okay.
got comments on this show. Eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, I really want to screw things up now,
Yeah. Okay.
because I have all of your guys' attention
Yeah.
and I have our listeners' attention.
And you're in your underwear, right?
Yeah, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But all the shit that's going on in the news, all this COVID shit,
Yeah.
everybody's losing their minds. Now they have all this new strain is showing up everywhere. The one from England, right? The variant strain from England, it's here, and now they have so many cases in Ontario. Blah 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 blah, and everyone's doing all this nonsense, is what I call it. Yes, there is an actual virus out there. Yes, you need to get your shots, whatever. But I don't see anybody doing anything about it. Now they have a strain here. Now there's also a South African variant that's out there. I have one question, and one question only, and I don't know if any of you guys can answer this question for me. Why are the fucking airplanes still in the air flying from country to country?
Right.
Who can answer that? Seriously.
It's
I can answer.
Yeah? Go for it.
Well, have you also seen the news where they just bought a big, huge swarm of 747 MAX
Yeah?
airplanes? Well, yeah, they're still spending money and claiming that they're running out of money. So, of course, I live I live literally 5 minutes away from the airport here. Yeah, I'm totally pissed off and against it too. I have a client because I do during the day. Yes, I'm not just a radio announcer. I do construction during the day, and I have a client of mine who I did some work for just before Christmas, and she was all excited because she was going to Puerto Vallarta for 3 weeks. You know, and I'm like, what the? Like, you really give a shit? And all my grandchildren are coming with us and all that stuff, and like, wonderful. You go to Mexico every year, but like you could not even just like stay home and relax for this whole thing. And I was a little pissed off. And there's you don't see that many flying as much as possible. There's not that as many as there was before.
But they are.
But there is flights going out, and I have everybody who lives in my building works for Air Canada. And trust me, they're in and out with their little suitcases all the time, like nothing's been happening. I have a friend who works as a supervisor for Air Canada, and she's been working ever since this whole COVID thing, doing, she's one of those people who basically needs to bring you to a plane if you're on a wheelchair, or make sure if you're on the wrong plane, switch you over. She's been doing that for a while. And
there's, I understand that. I'm not telling people it's a bunch of crap. Wear your mask, due diligence.
Oh, totally.
Do everything you got to do.
My beef is
it comes from the top.
Yeah.
You know what? When all this shit started, we've heard of this variant from England now for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Close down the goddamn airport so nobody can fly in and out of that country, and it wouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Right? It's so simple. But the big people, the governments, they're not doing their job. They're expecting all the people at the bottom to do it. Yes, the majority of us are doing it, but holy shit, do your part too. Like, come on. There shouldn't be any planes in the air except cargo planes.
You know what one of my big beefs is okay, that's one of the beefs is the airplanes and stuff and people flying around. It's still early still. But there is countries that are not allowing planes in and stuff like that. I do know.
I just heard Israel yesterday, they completely closed down all the airports.
Yeah, that's it. There's some people smart.
Good for you guys. They're the first.
But what my big beef's been lately, because as you know, you guys have a curfew there. We have a curfew here in Quebec now too. And what's been my biggest issue is the more we get into this and the more they get stricter with the regulations, it's not that people that we should get more scared that this thing is even worse than possible. It's getting worse because people aren't listening. People are being like, it's kind of like, as I explained it one time on the show, I said, like as if somebody's sitting in a chair and you tell them, if you get up from that chair, a bomb is going to go off.
Yeah.
And they're sitting 4 hours in that chair. And it's like, oh, this is so fucking inconvenient. I just forget it. I don't care if the bomb goes off, and they don't care if it affects everybody else in the room too. They're still going to get up because it's inconvenient for them, and so on, or whatever. And they don't like to listen to be told what to do. They want to think for themselves and do for themselves, and they don't seem to realize that it's not about you, asshole. It's about everybody else
around you.
But that is even a minority.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing that for the simple fact that it's not an even flow across the board. Like I'm saying, they're telling people to do shit, and then all these other people are going on vacation. It's like if you, if you show everybody what you want to do, all the government officials and all the countries say, look, everybody needs to stay at home. So they need to show us that they're willing to do it as well. They need to show us that, okay, we're going to close down airports. We're going to close down the rail system for vacationers and all that kind of stuff.
But,
right?
Like, back to your original.
If they were going to do that, then I think all the people underneath would say, well, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's just follow suit.
Right.
But everybody's fighting and rebelling now, especially down south. Unfortunately, the U.S., you guys are having such a hard time down there. But people are looking at what the government officials and their politicians are doing, and they're going, suck a bag of dicks. Like, this is ridiculous.
That's it. Yeah, that's ridiculous. You got politicians telling you, stay home, be
I
safe,
can't hear you.
wear a mask. Can you hear me?
So Heiko, you're probably, your first point was
Yeah, exactly.
nail on the head, right? Because
Yeah, I like the way you exited there. That was funny. Yeah, exactly, Pop.
that's what happened to the last co-host. He just suddenly disappeared. That was it.
Fuck you. I'm going to get a beer.
Exactly. But no, Heiko's point though at the beginning of it is really, he hits the nail on the head. The fact that they are allowing people to fly is ridiculous because we can't even get
but especially politicians are going out, Ringo. Politicians are telling you to not do this, and down there themselves.
Right, and there's some recourse for that, right? But they should be shutting down the airline because that'll be a tough battle in court if it ever goes there. But the fact that being a bad example, we can't. I drove by a Costco. You couldn't find a parking spot. Not that I was going in it, I was driving by it, and I'm like, wow, that's just ridiculous. And I had to go out and properly doing my safe distancing and everything else. But there's a couple wandering around, just not respecting shit. And so what are we doing here, right? We're being told to stay in our fucking houses, and I don't like to be told anything, but they got a point. Because people are dying, and if you're some silly fuck out there that doesn't think that this is just a conspiracy, you're absolutely wrong. If you know people who have died, then you're not thinking it's a conspiracy. All right, I know several people who have died.
Example: the first night we got the curfew, Johnny. Yeah, the first night we got that, the premier comes on the next day and he goes, "Oh, we only had 700 cases of whatever where we had to give out fines to people. By the way, 500 of those were protesters who went out that night and said, we don't believe in this curfew and we're not wearing masks and this is all a big fucking conspiracy." Protesting on the night of, knowing that you can get anywhere from $1,000 to $6,000 fine, okay, from being outside the curfew and stuff like that. And these people went out and did it anyhow. And it's the dumbest thing ever. People tell me it's not real. It's bullshit. I myself wear a mask. I keep my distance from people and so on. What my biggest beef lately is that this has lasted so long, and some people have really gotten so fucking scared about this whole thing that they're gotten to the point where I'll come down an elevator or something and people won't take the elevator with you, or if you hold the door open for somebody at a corner store or something, they jump back 20 fucking feet from you. And they'll say, all I'm asking for is just kind words of, oh, it's okay, thank you, I'm okay. That's fine. But to just sit there and make you feel like you're a leopard and one of your fucking limbs is going to fall off or something, or they're going to catch some horrible disease from you. People, we're all human over here. Please, at least thank you, or a smile will go a long way. This
but
evil hatred that's happening.
Yes, the flying thing can be handled if and only if absolute necessary people are flying. Like, you don't need to go anywhere for a business meeting. Look what we're doing. It's all online. Fuck you. You don't have to go anywhere for business.
You don't.
But there are some that need to fly. So what's around every single airport in the world? Tons of hotels. You pick a couple of hotels, and the people that get off that plane get COVID tested at the actual airport before they even leave the airport. And they have to stay in these hotels until they get the results back. Right?
Yep.
It's so fucking simple. Why don't you make rules and laws and abide by them?
Over here, they're using a lot of the hotel because of the, as you know, Quebec's probably got a lot more cases than you guys do in Ontario.
Yeah, you guys got it a little rough out there.
What's happening is that they're taking the regular patients, okay? The COVIDs are taking over the hospital itself. Where the regular patients, like my dad recently went in, he's gotten a little bit older. He's like in his 80s and stuff. And so he's had his issues. I won't even mention his private stuff, but they switched him over from the hospital over here to a hotel. There's hotels and stuff who are giving up beds and everything. But what's really pissing me off, and I went down to my mom's today, and the Quebec government, and they're telling her it's supposed to cost her $35 a day while he's there. Okay. And then all of a sudden they come up with the bill for the month, and it's like more than $35 a day. Come up with $1,080. Then I checked tonight. They sent her 5 different notices, and now all of a sudden she's up to $2,000. Yeah. So they're making up the prices here, making up the prices there. This is your they're calling it a contribution and saying if you have a problem, go to website such and such and check your rights.
George, let's swing this around and do your next trivia, because this is just going to turn into
because we're gonna keep going on this because it's a big topic, right? It
is. But Johnny, can I just say something quick? This is a lot of ranting and raving, but this also this is the perfect time for me to jump in and tell you about this cool new thing got coming up on the indierockradio.ca website. I don't know if you remember Much Music back in the day. They used to have this little tiny booth outside called Speaker's Corner.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I know that.
I decided to start that up. I'm going to be starting that up soon on the website. So if you have something to bitch and rant about, people, you're going to have a place to have your voice heard now. It's going to be the Indie Rock Radio Speaker's Corner. Hopefully I don't get sued for copyright infringement on the name or whatever, but who gives a fuck? I'm playing.
And Phil, that's what I respect about you.
Yeah.
So, you just call it the voice of the people.
You can't sue anybody when they're poor. Look at Mr. The glove don't quit, so you must quit. Mr. Football himself. What was this?
No, it's the mittens.
Yeah, the mittens. Yeah, the mittens don't quit. But anyways, they fucking sued the ass off. He had nothing left after the lawyers took everything, and then they took him back to court and sued him for like wrongful. Oh my God. The guy had no money, and supposedly he's so he owes so much money that any money that comes in, even if it's billions of dollars from this point on the rest of his life, it goes into somebody else's pocket. Yeah. So like you can't get blood from a stone, right? So that's a Speaker's Corner, man. And I know who's going to be my first contestant. Hey,
perfect.
Hey, Hike, you
so
got a
buddy.
lot to say, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's time for It's
Trivia.
time for trivia. Come on, George, music. Jeez, come on.
Well, we'll do the Heiko challenge, right? The
okay.
We're doing the challenge again.
more or less.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, what's this Heiko challenge?
It's against the guy above me and myself here. We're doing a little challenge. George throws us some trivia and
Yeah. Ask a more or less. Ask a
And
question.
whoever wins gets a condom. What?
Gets a point.
yeah,
Yeah,
actually.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right. At the moment, Heiko is leading by. Heiko's got 100%.
Hey,
Right.
each best point wins a condom, George. And then in a few months from now, we'll check and see how many condoms are left in their wallet. Okay.
This part takes some
Yeah.
severe concentration, so I'm going to move you to the green room for a little bit. And we're gonna
Okay.
go-
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hang on.
No.
There we go.
Didn't hurt a bit. Right.
Are you
All right,
there? Okay, hang on a second. Let's get George in his spot. Oh. All right.
okay,
There,
George.
All right. Here we go.
it's the back.
It's 6-4 at the moment. We've had 6 rounds. Heiko's got a 100% record. So we've got the old A and B side questions. And this week it's Heiko's pick to go first. You want the question on the
Really?
A side? Yep.
Yeah, let's go A side. Why not?
Oh, you
We'll
sure?
do the A side.
Oh, you're going to go for the A side. Okay. All right. So here it is.
I have to on this. Or my friends in Montreal might say, I need to fuck ass on this part.
Well, you've got a 50% chance of getting it right. Right.
Whoa.
All right. So this is about band members, like total number of band members down the years.
Oh,
So, Heiko, Van Halen formed in 1974 and have had 8 band members in total that have played officially with the band.
okay. Gotcha.
All right. Now, Bon
Yep.
Jovi formed in 1983. Have they had more or less band members than Van Halen, who have 8?
Ooh,
More or less.
Bon Jovi
Yeah.
has had more band members than Van Halen.
Okay, you're saying that Bon Jovi had more than Van Halen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Ringo, same idea. See what bands you've got here. We've got Whitesnake, formed in England in 1978 and have had 30 members down the decades.
Jesus, really?
Yep.
Wow.
I was in a band called Euphoria, and I was musician number 48. These are rotations.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
They had, like, over time, they had the band was like 30 years old or something.
Yeah.
Well produced. But yeah, you're
right.
somebody goes,
So-
somebody comes.
So Whitesnake have had 30 members. Black Sabbath, who formed in the UK in 1968, have they had more or less band members than Whitesnake, who had 30?
Ooh.
They would have. Let me think about that. Now, what are you calling a member though? Like a
Someone
tour?
who officially plays for the band.
No,
Yeah,
I
when you go,
they had Ian Gillan sing, right? Like, come on, really?
Yeah.
You're supposed to
yeah, but yeah. And anybody that's actually officially documented as being a band
be.
member,
So, how many did Whitesnake have again?
30. 30 so far.
30.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, they were old and crotchety, and nobody likes their music anymore, anyway. So, but Black Sabbath, I would say over time, I would say they had more because obviously when Ozzy left, they took it in a different direction. They had Ian Gillan. They had, they went through a few singers actually.
Uh-huh.
But bass, they changed out the bassist quite a lot. and drums. Yeah, Bill left and came back, I think. Tony Iommi
Okay,
only
let's
stayed.
get the answer here.
So
Stop
yeah,
being so long-winded.
Sabbath, Black Sabbath.
We're used to that though. That happens.
Yeah.
So you go in that they have
Huh?
more or less than 30 members. Black Sabbath down the years.
Black
Yeah,
Sabbath.
we need your answer.
More.
I already said. Yeah, you must have got like timed out or something like that.
Ringo.
Yeah.
Okay. Ringo says more. Okay.
More.
All right. So who's going to get the point? Are you confident, Heiko, that you can keep up your 100% record here?
I have no idea.
All right.
You're
So
on.
Van Halen had a total number of 8 band members. Bon Jovi, you said had more than that,
Yes,
and that's your final answer, obviously.
it is.
14
Ha!
members. So Heiko,
Cheers.
yes, another point.
Gee.
All right, Mr. Ringo. Whitesnake had 30. Well, I have had
I could
30.
care
so
less.
far.
Okay.
That's crazy still. 30. Holy shit.
They had
Yeah,
what was it? Tawny Katane or
yeah.
I don't know.
And you reckon that Black Sabbath, who formed in 1968, would have more?
They had less.
They had 21 members.
Ah! See?
Yeah, but you know what? They were around longer and a little more like relevant. But anyway, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's it. You've got Heiko continue.
Sorry, buddy.
Streak. So it's
All
now
right.
7-4. From
I
3 points.
I think this ought
You
to
know what though? Listen.
singing fun.
To make this sound fair,
Mhm.
I'm good at guessing the answer, but Ringo's got the voice of an angel.
That's right. You can't have
Right.
everything. You
So
can't
you
have
know, you can't
I-
have it all.
We
No.
got to do some future trivia and think about this, George, because we
Okay.
always get whacked for playing, copyright stuff on here. But we can. What we should do is you should come up with a song, and we have to sing it, like some song trivia that we actually have to sing back to you.
Oh, okay. How would that work? Just
I don't know. You figure it
all
out.
right. All right. Okay. I'm on it. I've got an idea. For that.
I only know one song, and that's the Banana Split song. So
Okay.
I'm out.
Oh, damn.
Woo!
All right. I tell you what. We'll just try this. I was telling Ringo about this.
All right.
We used to do the endies now because we're getting closer to the end now. But so
Yep.
we don't do the music anymore. So what I've got here is a voice clip. I'm going to play this little voice clip. Hopefully it'll come out okay. Just as out of interest, I don't know what the quality would be like.
I see.
Okay.
Phil,
If
Being a-
anyone can have a guess who it is.
he wants to come on naked. Well, you know what? He can do that because he's got radio viewers. He's trying to scare everybody off our Facebook.
Yeah, go for it, buddy.
That's hilarious.
And that's why we love them.
Okay, George, what are you doing?
I'm going to play a voice clip of somebody.
Okay, and we have to imitate it. That would be
No. Did you
No.
have any ideas, any offers? And we can run it over till next week if no one comes up with it between now and the end. Right? Okay. Here we go.
This is one of the most evil things I've ever done. And why? Because we have these Halloween parties, and I decided let's have a Halloween tree. So we did the tree, put the presents. Families come with their little kids, and the little kids stand there. And then I would go, "Oh, you don't have a Halloween tree?"
There you go.
Wow.
Any offers on that? Who that could possibly be?
Wow.
Anybody out there in listening land or viewing land?
I haven't even heard that.
That's a bit of no. It sounds familiar. It sounds like
Uh,
something.
the Halloween tree. Wow.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool. I haven't heard that.
No, it wasn't Elvis.
It wasn't who?
Elvis?
No, it wasn't. No, that wasn't Elvis. Yeah, play it one more time. Hang on.
Thank you very much.
Who's the voice?
All right. Obviously, in the rock, he's a rocker.
This is one of the most evil things I've ever done. And why? Because we have these Halloween parties, and I decided let's have a Halloween tree. So we did a tree, put the presents. Families come with their little kids, and the little kids stand there. And then I would go, "Oh, you don't have a Halloween tree?"
No idea. And Derek says, "What? It's a Google."
That's a Google. Yeah. All right, we'll let that run on till next week, and then maybe I'll drop a clue next week. I'll drop a clue in next week, and
for sure.
That's pretty cool, George.
there you go.
Pretty good, man. I like it.
We're not infringing any copyrights, so we should be okay with that,
right? Yeah.
And if somebody says we are, they can suck a bag of dicks.
We'll bring Bling back and wrap it up for tonight. And yeah, it was a good time. And you know what? Welcome to all of the Indie Rock Radio listeners out there. And you can find us on Facebook, The Heikadelic Show, or our website is theheikedelicshow.com. And it's always it's been updated and very current. You can just go.
And we are here live on Facebook every Monday night at 9:30.
Facebook, we stream out to YouTube as well.
As well. Yep.
So good stuff. Oh, so Derek says Rob Zombie.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Good try there, Derek. I was hoping you'd get the
kind
answer.
of on the right path, but no.
Okay, we're gonna bring Bling in, but hopefully, you might want to cover your eyes, people.
Oh my God!
Well, let's all take our clothes off now.
I say Alice Cooper.
Alice
Voice
Cooper.
is very recognizable.
Yeah, no, it's not Ali. No.
That's what,
Damn. Anyways, if you're wondering why I'm half naked here, is because if you haven't been a guest on the Heikadelic Show yet, the green room is a very nice place to be, especially when Ringo loads you up with lots of great porn from Pornhub, being one of the sponsors, of course, of the show, Pornhub.com.
Yes.
And I've had a time of my life back here while you guys have been doing your thing. A little cold, my nipples are hard, you know. It's all jazzy and wonderful. Hey, if you ever, we should do this once at least a month or whatever. Just get naked. Yeah, get naked. Have the naked Heikadelic Show. Topless.
I just want to ask you something though, Mr. Bling. There, like, no,
I don't have a bag of dicks.
Do you have really bright lights, or did you just roll in a bag of flour?
No, it's the lighting or whatever. Trust me, I know. Do my nipples?
There we go.
Do my nipples look regular color? I don't know. Just let me know, people. Let me know.
No, you're a little pale. You're a little pale.
And I'm calling out a big. I'm so sorry to Kathy. You like the happy ending, Kathy?
Yeah, she won. Yeah.
And Stephanie Ann, thank you very much for putting up with my shit. Marilyn Manson. Hey.
Marilyn Manson. It's not Marilyn Manson.
Oh, that's a baby who's been wanting to get out for quite a while.
Do you know what? If all four of us did that right now, got up and jiggled our bellies, we would not have any more fucking viewers ever again. It would be over.
Are you kidding?
End of show.
Kathy, Stephanie, put your words in. Tell me, would you stop watching the Heikadelic Show if we all got up and jiggled our bellies?
Oh my God.
Okay. Those comments are gonna
spot. I've done that with a couple of ladies, by the way, and it does not work. I prefer the fold and fold and fold till you see brown and then poke one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good stuff. So,
this is getting a little bit racy here. I'm sorry. I've taken your first show on indierockradio.ca. And
Kathy says just roll them in flour and look for the wet spot.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I saw the comment and I said I prefer the old tradition of fold and fold and fold.
Thanks, Kathy.
Brown and poke one. So thank you for the help. Yeah, I've been there.
Okay, I think Will just puked everywhere.
Hey,
yeah, he might have. You might have.
Will, I just want to say to Will, I've known Will a while and I haven't seen him for a long time. But hey, buddy, thank you so much for listening to our show. I hope you keep it on. Talk to your friends, get everyone to listen. We have a new radio station with us now here, Indie Rock Radio. Stick with us, man, and bring your friends in. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Thanks for being a fan.
A sexy good time.
Hey, and you know what? Will's got a great belly. We should have him on one night.
We should
and he can show us. And you guys can have a jiggle off.
No, you know what we should do? We should have for charity. We should have a male auction or whatever, and have the ladies like bid on us and stuff like that, and see which one they think is the sexiest beer belly. And get Labatt and Molson or whatever. Their contest. That's it.
That could work.
All right.
If the summer comes and we can kind of work that out.
Oh, I go darker in the summer, folks.
So we'll do up a Heikadelic calendar with it's
now we're talking.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, that's
all right.
Hey, that would be good.
We're not firefighters, but we know how to drink beer, so it'll be a great calendar.
So thanks to everybody who came on tonight. It was a lot of fun, and thanks to our new listeners on Indie Rock Radio, and feel great that you're listening to a radio show and you're not actually seeing one. But
okay, and one last thing. Now you know why I do radio. This is just it's out of hand. You know what I mean? So.
That's all right. You're pretty transparent.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'm like an Irish chick on the beach. You'll never find her.
It's been a great experience. I'm so glad we hooked up with you there at Indie Rock Radio. I want to thank all your fans that are listening. I hope they become a part of the show as well. Feel free to chime in, boys and girls. Yeah. And I want to thank our fan club, who was a part of the show, and our listeners, Stephanie. You know what? Stephanie is funny as hell, and I think we should have her on the show one day.
By the way, guys, there's a comment here from Kirk Bennett. He's one of our DJs on the station, hosts the Prog Talk show, and I love his comment. Just remember to keep the hoses clean, firefighter or not.
Okay, all right. We'll work on that there, buddy. I also want to thank Jeff and Cliff and Derek, Keisha, Kathy, Kirk, and Will. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being a part of the show, and hopefully you'll be a part of our next show.
That's it.
Anybody else got any last words to throw out there before we go watch some porn?
Yeah. Okay. Ringo, thanks. Hey, by the way, thank you very much for the porn, Ringo. I really appreciated it. It felt that way in years.
Put your shirt back on, man. You're scaring the fish.
Okay.
Right, we'll see you next Monday night. And hopefully
one last thing, don't forget to mention t-shirts are available. Once again, email address admin@Indie Rock Radio, or you can also give them your email address. We have an email address for the guys, Heikadelic @indierockradio.ca if you haven't reached me. T-shirts will be available for the next week at $25 as long as you're part of the Heikadelic fan club.
Thanks for doing that, buddy.
Your shirt, and if you're capable of buying 4 for the family, and you buy 4 T-shirts, I'll throw in a free coffee mug for you. Okay? How's that?
I thought you were gonna throw in a free used T-shirt. I think that would
no. Well, I can throw it. I can throw it for the ladies out there tonight. I can throw in this T-shirt. I won't watch it. I swear. And I can throw it in.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of our awesome show. We'll be back next Monday night at 9:30 here on the Heikadelic Show on Facebook, YouTube, and Indie Rock Radio. See you guys.
Take care, guys.
Talk to you next week.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show, fans.
There you go.
Right on, boys.
So yeah, those Halloween haunt guys are really something, aren't they? I like the video, and they're kind of scary. But I hope to see them again, maybe live next time. But I am going to check out their socials and look them up on Facebook for sure. And I'm going to like them because I like them. See you next time.
We're still live, but so
We are?
Yeah.
we're still live right now.